nerds out there.
But Thomas Bryant's jockstrap, get him out of here. Ah!
How does that not indicate to you, like, hey, sometimes, like, these prospects are awesome?
Donald, get back. They snatched that chain, boy. Get back. What y'all gonna do about it? Popeye snatched that chain. Get back. We want that snack wrap. They got 3 flavors. Y'all got 1. Get back.
Hey, everybody. Welcome into the Big Factor on the Big Play Sports Network. I'm Ryan Tyler. He's Jack O'Rourke. He's Rob Watson. And he is Nick Padone joining us virtually from his casa. Guys, today is Thursday, July 17th, 2025. Not too much on the docket today, guys. Low-key a slow day in the sports world yesterday outside of the ESPYs. We'll start there, but before we do that, guys, how we doing today?
I'm doing pretty well, Ryan. How about you?
Not bad.
Can you give me one song you listened to on the drive in to work that made your morning better?
TN by Morgan Wallen.
Okay, I like it.
Rob, how you doing today?
I don't know that song at all, but I'm doing good. I didn't sleep much last night, but I feel solid. I don't need as much sleep as I used
Rough
to.
night in the sack?
Whoa. Nah.
Doesn't have to mean.
Just a chill day.
Yo.
Just a chill one.
Yo.
I stayed up kind of late playing the game, then just stumbled into the
You
day.
sound sleepy.
Yeah, not super energetic.
How is the next year of Viking football going?
Yeah, we're in a rebuilding mode, but I got a 5-star freshman at QB. He's pretty tough.
That's big. Skull Vikes.
Nick, what's up, dude?
What's up, guys? Glad to be back on the program. Dude, there's literally nothing on today. Like, there's not even WNBA to gamble on. So, like, if you're looking to bet on something, your option is literally to bet on NBA Summer League or just wait for baseball tomorrow.
The Faf said there's golf, though.
Yeah, I'm not. You guys know me. I'm not golf guy. I'm certainly not bet on golf guy.
Nick, how did your TED Talk go?
Dude, it was good. You know, I didn't really know what to expect. I pulled up and the parking lot was absolutely jammed.
Oh, really?
And I immediately texted Pat McGuire and I'm like, dude, there might be a ton of people at this thing. And immediately, you know, my heart starts bumping a little bit. Like, I'm not afraid of public speaking, but I've never been a part of a panel before where there were like other people with me and that there were just going to be questions that came from the audience that I didn't know who these people were. So, like, I don't know, I guess, like, not really nervous or scared, but just like fear of the unknown, more or less. And then they put us in this big auditorium. Like, it wasn't as crowded as I thought it would be. It ended up being like, I don't know, like maybe like 50 people or so. But it was cool. It was really cool to, talk and network with some other people in the industry, especially like the people that are here in Cleveland, kind of changing the media landscape. Really cool to be a part of it. But yeah, it was a good morning out there in Independence.
It's good to hear. Did anybody watch the ESPYs last night? Like, actually,
I was in and out by Ludlow.
I did. No. I actually watched it, and I said that I wasn't going to. Like, I voted on Max Loeb's poll that I wasn't going to watch it. I just had planned on putting something else on TV on, but I flipped to it like right at 8 for the Shane Gillis like opening monologue, and you know, Cam was with me on the couch, and she likes Shane Gillis as well. So I was like, this should be good. You know, like, she had never watched the ESPYs before. So I'm like, you know, usually the opening monologue is what you tune in for, especially when it's Shane Gillis. Like, this could be really good. And then he was awesome. Like, I thought he crushed it. And then we just kind of kept it on and never shut it off.
I thought, I didn't watch it, but I saw the clips. I watched part of his opening monologue. I mean, Shane Gillis is just absolutely hilarious. Nick, I know we watched Tires. I think that's a super funny show. And Shane Gillis is just kind of the new face of comedy. I think like getting canceled originally from SNL was low-key the best thing to happen for his career, honestly, because it completely turned it around, and he became kind of, you know, the rebirth of saying risque jokes that offend people.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best comedy.
There's something to be said about jokes going back to being jokes. I think we lost that somewhere around like 2020 through maybe 2023. You know, you kind of really couldn't say anything without getting canceled. But it is like we are kind of like, and he even did like a little tribute to Norm Macdonald at the end. And I thought that was like really well done. So I don't know. It is nice that we could get back to, as a society, just like normalizing comedy again, which feels bizarre to say, but if something's funny, you should have the ability to laugh at it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, go for it, Rob. I can go after.
This is like comedy is at its core. It's about in most cases making fun of people, and for a joke to really be funny, there's got to be some truth to it. So obviously, one of the main ones they were talking about was that Waffle House joke. Me personally, I laughed. I thought it was hilarious. I honestly, because in the time we're in, I didn't think he was going to take it there, but he did. And I mean, people got awkward, but I don't know. One of my favorite comedians of all time is Dave Chappelle, and he made a bunch of like racist jokes, and he was known for being unhinged. So, I mean, I think that's really what it's about. I think it's cool to just say a joke, and if you like, he's obviously not being malicious. He's just a comedian, and we're trying to have a good time. Like, let's just have the joke. Let's have a laugh. Like, oh yeah, you know, she has been fighting a lot of, you know, black women. It happens, bro. Like, it's a funny joke. Let's move on. Like, you guys are just competing. No one's like, it's just like, you know, it's supposed to be a calm, lighthearted thing, and now I'm seeing think pieces on Twitter.
You had to know that the think pieces and the TikToks of people who were just out there to get upset about something would I knew it right as he started. I'm like, oh my goodness, like people are going to be really mad about this.
Bro.
Kind of two lenses, but first, I think, Nick, you had a great point when you were talking about the closing of the monologue as well. I'm a massive Norm Macdonald fan. He's one of my favorite comedians of all time. Like, I remember watching my dad as a kid, like all of his weekend updates where he'd just like rip on OJ while even though Lorne Michaels was like best friends with OJ, just like whatever he wanted to say. Like, that is what comedy is. Like, it's just like saying funny things. And so, yeah, I thought that was excellent. But another point, Ryan, that you mentioned earlier with Shane Gillis getting canceled from SNL, I'm not a huge fan of modern day SNL, and like I love like Adam Sandler, Chris Farley, David Spade. Like 90s, 80s SNL is like some of my favorite comedy of all time. But like Tim Robinson, who's not on Shane Gillis's level, and he doesn't go to the same places really that Shane Gillis does sometimes, but he got thrown off of SNL in like a year, and I Think You Should Leave is one of the most popular shows on Netflix.
Yeah, dude, like the thing with SNL is that like everybody that leaves kind of
does better,
becomes bigger than SNL, and then just dumpsters all over SNL and says, you know,
except Keenan. Keenan will always. Keenan's like Damian Lillard in Portland.
Dude, like people, like I don't know, it definitely, as iconic of a show as it is, and I know they just celebrated like their 50 years and stuff. Like people in large that participate in that show leave and do not have very nice things to say about it. I'll put it like that.
Like Shane Gillis, it's one thing to make fun of somebody for something they can't change, like an appearance or something, but he didn't go there. Like he makes jokes like if the shoe fits, the shoe fits. Sorry, laugh about it. It's funny. The one I would have been salty about though is if I was Kat and he said, "Hey girl." That was so good. I thought that was funny. But other than that, I thought
Cam was enjoying the hell out of it. Obviously the Norm Macdonald tribute, the OJ Simpson joke went right over her head, but when I explained it,
and come on, like
hit a lot more.
The WNBA one was hilarious. Like that's just my friend's wife. I knew you guys don't know anybody in the WNBA. Like that's funny.
Those were the two I laughed at because it's like you can't double back and get mad at that because everyone in the
they were
was clapping and cheering. I will just like, oh wait, yeah, that's just a random.
That's my friend's wife.
I will say like Shane Gillis definitely led the offense on a solid drive there. You gotta help a brother out though. Make sure he has all the names of the people right that he has to say out loud though, because starting out with I think he said like Deanna Taurasi. That was a little rough, but he recovered well after.
That makes it funnier in my opinion.
Well, it kind of does. I almost wondered if he did that on purpose, to be honest.
Oh, you think he did?
Yeah, because then he looked at her and said, "My bad on that."
At the end of the day, it's just a joke. Bro.
I know.
Like everyone's getting all like I miss a time where you could like when I'm with my boys and it's not like a televised thing and you don't have to worry about, you know, getting canceled. Like that's when you really laugh. And I feel like we used to be able to do that as a country, but
like this show before it goes on air at 10 a.m.
Yeah, like let's just say like what it is and like no one's gonna take it serious because we know it's just jokes. Like we're just shooting the shit, man. Let's just talk and let it be just cool, you know?
Yeah. Hopefully we get back to that. Some of the notable awards before we move on. Best championship performance, Simone Biles. Best play, Barkley's backward hurdle. Best breakthrough athlete, Iona Maher, USA Rugby. That's interesting. Best athlete, women's sports, Simone Biles. Gatorade Player of the Year, Jane Hedengren, Cameron Boozer.
It's crazy that Carlos Boozer's kid is this old.
No, he's actually nice though.
Yeah.
He'll be dominating the league soon.
He has two kids, right?
Yeah, the taller one's better. But.
Best athlete, men's sports, Shea. Best record-breaking performance, Ovechkin. Best team, Eagles. Best NBA player, Shai. Best WNBA player, Caitlin Clark. That's expected, even though she's probably not. Best college athletes, men's sports, Cooper Flagg. Best college athlete, women's sport, Juju Watkins. Best NFL player, Barkley. MLB, Shohei. NHL, Leon Draisaitl. Best driver, Max Verstappen, F1. And best golfer, Scotty Scheffler.
So I forget who chooses these. Is it a fan vote? Or
I think it's I don't know. I think it's a fan vote, but
Jeremiah Smith should have won over Cooper Flagg, and I'll say that as an anti-Ohio State person.
I mean, if Caitlin Clark won best WNBA player, it's probably a fan vote.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but we'll let it go.
All right, well, that's the ESPYs, folks. Let's take a break. When we get back, Jack, we're doing a little football.
A lot of football.
All right, we'll be right back on The Big Factor. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to The Big Factor on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Nick Pideau, and Rob Watson. And we're brought to you today, like we are every single day, by our great friends at Fairway Ford. Fairway Ford, Ohio, is the biggest Ford truck dealership in the state. They have the largest selection of Ford F-150s and Super Duty trucks, and they won't be beat on price by any other Ford dealers. Employee pricing for everybody. You pay less than what they pay. Pre-tariff pricing on all Fords. Over 500 vehicles in stock in their lot. There's never been a better time to buy. There's never been a better time to take that short trip to Canfield to save you thousands of dollars on your new dream vehicle. Fairway Ford, the largest inventory of new Ford trucks. The lowest pricing and same hometown level of service. Visit fairwayfordohio.com or scan the QR code. Again, that's fairwayfordohio.com. All right, we'll start here. NFL, Jeremy Fowler, he's been doing his top 10 from every position, asking executives and scouts in the NFL who their top 10 are at every position. The last one, I believe, that just released is cornerbacks. We start here. One is Pat Surtain from the Denver Broncos, last year's Defensive Player of the Year. No surprise there. Number 2, Derek Stingley Jr. for the Houston Texans, who just got paid. Number 3 is our own Denzel Ward, the write-up. Ward has rare athletic traits that are perfectly suited for pass coverage. One thing holding him back was durability, but he appears to have turned a corner after a career-high 16 games last season. Ward, one of the bright spots of a disappointing Brown season, led the NFL with 19 pass deflections. His man coverage ability is a premier guy in this area, a high-ranking NFL executive said. Quote, really good feet, smooth, comfortable with the ball in the air. A veteran NFL defensive coach said, quote, he's been good for a long time, has God-given talent that you can't really match. You know, Denzel Ward, for as many disappointing Brown season as we had, has been such a bright spot. You know, not many times does a corner go in the top 4 in the NFL draft, but Denzel Ward has been consistently a lockdown corner, a complete field eraser, and that was a hell of a home run pick for Dorsey.
Yeah, man. And if you look back to that draft too, I think about this probably more than I should. If you look back to that draft in the pre-draft process, there were a lot of people that were trying to get a quarterback at 1 and Saquon Barkley at 4, or Saquon Barkley at 1 and a quarterback at 4. And then the people that wanted a quarterback at 1 were saying Bradley Chubb at 4. Like, nobody, at least through the pre-draft process, had Denzel Ward going off the board at 4. And when it happened, everybody was like, yeah, that is kind of a no-brainer, you know, other than to you know, you got a game-changing edge in Myles Garrett, like get a lockdown corner in Denzel Ward, and he's lived up to and exceeded, I think, a lot of people's expectations in the National Football League since 2018. He's another guy kind of like Myles. You would like to start to win in short order while you've got these cornerstone pieces in the thick of their primes. That's why, like, you know, throw your crap at the wall this year with the quarterback situation, but let's try to get this figured out come 2026 so you could try to win something meaningful with that guy on your roster.
You know, Denzel Ward, 28, not old by any means, but the longevity to be a top 10 corner, and in this case, number 3 at 28, is pretty damn impressive. I believe the youngest age outside of that, or excuse me, the oldest age, I should say, outside of that on this top 10 is 26. It looks like the average age is about 24 and a half. So to be number 3 at 28, I think speaks to Denzel Ward. Number 4, Trent McDuffie from the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 5, Sauce Gardner for the New York Jets, who last year came in at 3 but had a down year. Number 6, Christian Gonzalez for the New England Patriots. Last year, he was just an honorable mention. Number 7, J.C. Horn from the Panthers. Number 8, Jalen Johnson from the Bears. 9, Quinyon Mitchell, I believe the youngest corner on this list at age 23. And then Devin Witherspoon for the Seahawks at number 10. Honorable mentions, Jalen Ramsey, Marlon Humphrey, Trevon Diggs, and Byron Murphy Jr.
Solid list, man. The young guys are always gonna be at the top of this. The younger legs, the quicker people. The more twitchy, the older you get a step slower. So it makes sense. And yeah, it's just impressive for Denzel to be there. But we always talk about Miles so much and getting him some help, but I feel like it's kind of the same thing for Denzel. And I feel like he's been unfairly judged in his career because of how often we have someone on the other side playing not well that you don't have to throw at him per se. Versus the same thing with Miles not having another edge rusher on his other side. Kind of like back in the day when we had Joe Hayden and we never had another good cornerback and they would just throw to the other side of the field all game. And it would just be like, oh, well, Joe's this great corner, but he's never going to get to have all the stats because he never gets tested kind of deal. So always appreciative of Denzel, fellow Nordonia alumni, but hopefully we could get everyone some help on the defense and actually win some games before everyone's too deep into their 30s.
Sauce just got paid too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sauce just got paid. It would be nice, Rob, to that point. I know the opposite corner from Denzel is a question, but he also has never really played with a really good free safety. And I feel like with Denzel being such a pure cover corner, he's that fast. And as long as he's as fast as he is, he's going to remain really good because he could stick with the best receivers in the game step for step. But it makes me wish that he had a really solid ball hawk safety at some point in his career. I remember when the Browns were trying to get Jesse Bates, that would have been perfect to play in a defensive backfield with Denzel Ward.
Juan Thornhill wasn't enough.
The chosen Juan.
It's fine. We're gonna get Caleb Downs next year.
All right.
Jack.
Yep.
You got some questions for us?
Yeah, we got a lot of football. We got some pro. We got some college. We got some video games. Some real life. Guys, can you rank the AFC divisions by how many teams you think will make the playoffs this year?
Oh wow,
That's tough.
that is tough. Let me pull up my standings just so I can have a clear look.
Got a feeling AFC South might be coming in the cellar for most people.
Dude, I don't know. This is tough. It might be real balanced this year.
I mean, I haven't really made my playoff picture yet, but just looking at this,
It is July 17th. That is fair.
All right,
I am asking you to take a leap of faith.
I
well,
had
here's
to
the thing. I mean, if I had a pick,
I'm going West at 1.
it's the West or North, certainly.
North at 2. I'm going to go South 3, East 4.
I think one of the West or the North will have 3 teams in the playoffs. Probably the AFC West. I could see Denver, Kansas
I was going to
City,
say the West.
and
yeah.
the Chargers making it.
The West got the best 3 because I still don't believe in Cincinnati. But
So we want to go West 1, North 2.
Yeah. I will go South 3. I think they're a better division overall than the East.
They're pretty equal, honestly. Although Buffalo is obviously the outlier there.
Couldn't you see the Jets having a decent turnaround
I could
year?
see it. I could see it now.
New head coach,
I
new
cannot see it.
quarterback.
I can't see it either.
I can't.
I don't think Justin Fields is
I
a
think
good
the
quarterback.
surprise team in that division would be the Patriots. if
I do
anything.
too. I agree.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
I kind of think Indianapolis might be okay. With Taylor and then just letting Jones. Jones is best when he's got that dominant running back. So I think that
Colts
might
just
be
can't
okay.
win the division is the problem.
Yeah, Houston will just somehow squeak it out. But I would go the West confidently at 1. I think that's safe.
Guys, might as well flip it around then. NFC, same question.
NFC, same question. Okay, I could see. The NFC East probably, or the NFC North. I mean,
I'm
The
going.
NFC's good, man. I was
I'm still the
almost
North.
thinking, should we go NFC West?
Really?
Ooh.
The Rams are going to be good.
I mean, I trust.
I can't see the 49ers having another down year.
I mean, it's got to be the North.
I think it's the
Seattle paid Sam Darnold all that money. If you were to pull all of these teams, I bet you the NFC West would say that they're one because they all spent a lot of money. They all acted this offseason as if they were the best in the conference.
I mean, I'll put it this way. I think
The Bears went all in though, and every other team made the playoffs in the North. Like I feel like
That's true.
It's close.
I think
We could
South,
put
is,
the North
South is
one.
last.
It's
We
the
could get that out of
North.
the way.
It's the North. South is the last, and then I would go
I would go
East, West.
I agree.
South.
I would go Northeast, West, South. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe in Seattle or Arizona. Los Angeles and San Francisco are always solid though. But
Who do you
they're
guys
also-
believe in the East?
I mean, Philadelphia and Washington should both make the playoffs. If Dallas is,
Yeah, but Dallas.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like that's as big as a question mark as like a Seattle. Like I think that's pretty equal. But I know the Commanders and Eagles were both dominant last year.
yeah, I don't see how you can't say the North.
Guys, this one a bit less of a question, but I saw Nick tweet this out yesterday. It kind of got my head spinning a bit. Lee Corso retiring after kind of one final swan song, it sounds like, going to put on, most likely, Brutus's head one last time. What are your guys' thoughts on, in my opinion, the GOAT of college football on his way out?
Yeah, man.
I think
Jack,
it's-
you just said it. Like, it's a principle that we should have kind of at our forefront of everything that we do at Big Play. And it's kind of his whole ideology is just to make it entertaining. Like he was never really, despite being a former player and being a former coach, like he never really got up there and gave you like the nitty gritty X's and O's, and he wasn't one like Urban Meyer, to really sit there and talk about culture. Same with Saban. Like he kind of did it his own way, and when he started putting the headgear on, like that kind of just became a tradition like instantaneously and took the nation by storm. So I think like game day, like college football coverage, game day is going to be in a way worse spot even without Lee Corso. And I know he's 89 years old. So he's definitely up there, and the last couple of years haven't been his best, but man, did he make pregame coverage for college football like what it was for our entire lifetime.
There are very few things on the planet, Nick, that piss me off more than the people who come out every single year. It's been very prevalent the last 2 or so seasons.
Yeah.
Every single Saturday morning, like they'll pull the hook on Corso, like get him out of there. Like he is still the best part of college game day. Like still have it recorded every single week to see what mascot He's going to put on. I mean, I think it's just so disrespectful. And I love the way that, I mean, for the amount of shit that Kirk Herbstreit gets, and rightfully so, a lot of the time, because I think he says some opinions that are just flat out insane. Like
yeah,
the way
he called
treats,
the Superman movie trash. That's an
Did
L
he?
take, Kirk.
But the way
take.
he like cares for Lee Corso and like just is always with him and like helping him get the words out. Like it's very, very cool in my opinion.
He's a golden retriever merchant, bro. I mean, we're
just
kind
like
of
Keller Rowley's a home run merchant.
I mean, like Lee Corso, legend, deserves this farewell tour. I think of other like Al Michaels, fastball completely gone. He's throwing mid-60s. It's just completely gone. Gus Edwards, I've had enough of. Honestly, he's past his prime.
Johnson.
Or Gus Johnson. Excuse
you don't
me.
like Gus Johnson?
No,
Dude, I love Gus Johnson.
I think
He
he's
isn't
super
what
annoying.
he used to be either, though.
I
We're in
don't-
a changing of the guard. Same thing
That's
with
what I'm
Dickie
saying,
V,
like,
man.
it's
Who's
fine.
taking? Oh, don't come for Dickie V after what we did yesterday.
I
Dude,
just
love
don't
him,
like-
but it's not what it once was. But we need a new change.
Oh,
And the only way we'll get that change is if these people retire, though.
Yeah.
That's the only way we'll start to get new things and new
More
traditions.
John Fanta.
or
There you
John
go.
Fanta,
Yeah,
baby.
like you gotta
Yeah.
let the young guys take over, man. So it's sad. Sometimes you gotta take old Yeller out back, but
Facts.
like
Don't call him Old Yeller.
Sometimes.
All right, guys. Max Loeb went on Big Play Cleveland this week and said one of the most blasphemous things I've heard in my whole entire life. He said that the EA Madden NFL series is better than the EA College Football series. Do you guys have any thoughts on what Mr. Loeb chose to speak on our airwaves?
Yeah, that's.
I was surprised about that. Ryan was telling us to like wrap up that segment and get the hell out of there, but I was shocked.
That's a rare Max L. Rare Loeb L. College Football 26 is one of the best sports games I've ever played in my life.
He's taken a couple L's recently between that and the pizza chain No Names Please that
Oh
that
my
he
God.
ordered.
Oh, no,
you
we can
guys.
call that one out by name. That one's bad enough. We're not getting a sponsorship from them, are we?
You never know.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, we won't.
But Big L. College Football, like dynasty mode, the recruiting, they took it to another level. Cut is so much fun. It could be a lot better, don't get me wrong. It's just not stale yet. And I think that's a big reason. Like Madden has been stale for the last couple years.
Yeah,
Madden has been
It's the
stale
same
since they
game.
took
It is.
Calvin Johnson off the cover,
It's
whenever that was.
it's the same exact game. It's just I don't know. College Football 26 is it's I think better.
Always
Guys,
play
I still
both.
haven't played College Football 26 yet. Is that crazy?
Yes.
Yeah, you tweaking a little bit. I love Madden. Always play both. I always love college football. I think they're two completely different things, and it kind of comes down to what you want. And I feel like it's college football will always be known as the better game and more popular because it's more like arcadey. It's more fun. There's always more to do. Dynasty's so much more immersive than if you play like franchise. Like you got the road to glory. It means much more than the player on whatever stories they put on Madden nowadays. Like things are cheaper if you want to play Ultimate Team. Like it doesn't cost as much to have a good team. XYZ. It's just more teams, more diversity because there's 100 playbooks and 100 different things to do. So it's just like it's fresh. There's always going to be a lot more to do. I think Madden is still a good game. Like it's always going to have its spot. You play it, but that's more for like someone who's like trying to really just like you need that NFL fix. You want to play a game that's maybe a little more realistic, a little less of the crazy stuff. But for someone who's just picking up a game, wants to play football, have fun, and have it be a video game, I would recommend college football every single time.
My biggest worry when they brought back College Football 25 last year was that it was going to be the exact same game as Madden. They were just going to have different helmets and the stadiums be a little bit different. Maybe they'd throw Lee Corso in there for 10 seconds. So I am very happy, like you said, Rob, that it is a different game. Like they play totally different. Like, oh, Ryan, I wanted to ask you, because both of you have actually said you played a big amount of 26 so far. I love the marching band songs on the menu now. Like the menu music was the worst thing about the game last year by a million miles. Might be the best thing about the game this year.
I don't know.
Still hear in my head.
Nick, I can too.
I'm kind of over it, to be honest. I like they have all the fight songs, but I don't need to hear Shabuzi marching band style.
No, like I had some help on the. I like it.
Here's the thing: I don't need to hear that, and I don't want. In fact, I don't want to hear it.
Mute it though. I don't.
Like I'd rather listen to Fiend for 24/7.
You could also pick what song plays on the menu.
Yeah, you can.
You have the ability to customize. If you don't want to listen, you don't.
I just turn everything off besides Fiend.
I do think the music makes the games though. I remember 2Ks for their great soundtracks. So like that's stuff that always like can improve a game. And if you sit there and you play it a lot, like eventually you're gonna like have a good day where it's like, oh yeah, they're playing Shabuzi if you like that, or it's
Can anybody here?
I have a quick story for you.
Can anybody here name another Shabuzi song besides Tipsy?
No.
Swag Surf is on the game though. That's tough. Let's be real.
Okay, my point.
I thought Rob was about to say that that's a Shabuzi song.
No.
Nick,
Be like, what?
My friend who you would remember from the infamous It's the Hin for Dixon show video, Jimmy. So I went to the ALDS with him last year, and after Lane Thomas's home run, the grand slam in game 1, John Kenzie Noel was hitting after him in the batting order, and Jonk's walk-up song last year was Fiend, and I don't know if you can like picture his voice in your head, Nick, but he just like was screaming Fiend running like up and down the aisle in front of the Tigers fans. It was like the funniest thing I've seen. I'll have to find the video for you.
All right, let's take a break, guys. When we get back, flip it over to baseball. All-Star Week is officially over. The second half of the MLB season resumes tomorrow. Guardians got some ground to make up if they want to get that final wild card spot. We'll talk about that when we get back on the Big Factor. Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Nick Padone, Rob Watson. We're brought to you today, like we are every day, by our friends at Garage Beer. Garage Beer comes in just 2 flavors, classic light lager as well as that classic lime. No frills, no bitterness, none of that IPA taste, guys. It's just beer-flavored beer the way you want it to taste. Scan the QR code or give their website a visit, drinkgaragebeer.com, to find local retailers who sell garage beer near you. Again, that's drinkgaragebeer.com. Shout out Bruno listening on YouTube saying you need to bring NFL Street back. I never played NFL
How you doing,
Street.
Bruno?
NFL Street it's just like the football version of NBA Jam. Have you guys played NBA Jam?
No, I have not.
No, I mean I know what NBA Jam is,
Those
but
are
didn't play
2
it.
really fun games
on.
again.
We
Super
don't know what
arcadey.
NBA Jam
I
is.
played backyard baseball.
I mean, on the Wii, I
Yeah,
had
it's like the
backyard.
same
I had
vibe, yeah.
backyard football too. We're getting into those. Are all games that are fun, like
Yeah.
things that weren't too serious,
Just
but
pure,
super
wholesome.
fun. Same thing with NBA Jam, just for like maybe a slightly older crowd. But in NFL Street, same thing. Great games though.
All right, guys. Well, the MLB All-Star Week is over. MLB season, the second half resumes tomorrow. Our Cleveland Guardians, 12 games back in the AL Central. That race is all but over for the Detroit Tigers to take it this year. But we go to the wild card, guys. Right now, our Cleveland Guardians 4.5 games back of that final wild card spot. You got a bunch of teams in the mix within 4 games of each other. Tampa Bay, Texas, Minnesota, the Angels, Kansas City Royals, Cleveland. It's going to be a long race to the end for that wild card spot, Jack. It starts with the Athletics, then you get the Orioles, then you get the Royals, a chance to cannibalize them. Pretty easy-ish schedule for the Cleveland Guardians in the second half, but they still need to be on their P's and Q's if they want a chance to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, Ryan, I think if you look back at even like the more dominant, like 2016 to 2018 era, we'll call it, of Cleveland baseball, where those teams were winning 95-plus games a year, going on typically deeper playoff runs, even those teams at times were inherently not special baseball teams who just beat up on an awful division. Like the 2018 team, I think if you place them in the AL East most years, they're probably not a playoff team even. But in a bad division, you go in, you get your wins. We finally hit that part of the schedule with this team. I'm not saying that this team is anywhere near any of those 3 teams because they're not, but you played the hardest part of the schedule. You have the easiest schedule in baseball the rest of the year. The rest of the month, you don't play a team over 500. You have to come out, take some names, and kick some ass. It's that simple. Like you're at home against the A's. The only time the A's play good baseball is when they're at home because they have a Mickey Mouse ballpark. Their best player, their only good player, just fucked up his swing over the weekend or this past week in the home run derby. Like you have to capitalize on playing the Sacramento, Oakland, Las Vegas, whatever the hell they are, Athletics right now.
You know, we're at a time where if you go ahead and you lose 3 straight to the Athletics,
Then you all of them.
Season's over. Everybody's moving on, but you take 3 from the Athletics, and it looks like you got a real chance to get back into that wild card.
Yeah, Ryan. It's just one of those nice, like they're just towing the lines of going into all four states at one time right now. Like it's you're at the point where you're right. Like you win 3 this weekend. It's like, oh shit, maybe we're like, do we go out and buy a starting pitcher just in case, or are we looking a little bit closer at when Bieber's progressing because he's down in Arizona now starting to pitch again? Like you might get him back within the next 3 or so weeks, hopefully, if everything goes right, fingers crossed. But if you lose all 3, then you're looking at, hey, let's try and get Shane Bieber back right now so we can trade him in 2.5 weeks. I mean, it's a very odd scenario you're in, Ryan, but I don't know. I mean, the Quan and Clase stuff on the internet just scares me because now it's not just like a couple of funny people out here saying, oh, this could happen, or a report back early in May, like it would make sense for the Phillies. Like, no, there's starting to be like names and prospects being thrown around. And that's when you get nervous because that's how you know these things are actually starting to be talked about in some way, shape, or form. I'm not saying I think Quan and Clase are going to go to the Dodgers or Phillies, but yeah, I mean, Ryan, if we don't do well against the Rockies and the A's here, you might be looking at those 2 guys
So
being
you're
gone.
telling me
Orioles and A's.
when I walk
Or
into
Orioles,
the
yeah.
building on Saturday, possibly even Friday too, that I'm watching the whole entire season, basically what's left. Like it's on the line in this series.
Well, Nick talked about it at length earlier in the season. Like you kind of have until Memorial Day to figure out what kind of a baseball team you are. Like that's when you're supposed to know, are we competing? Are we fringe competing? Are we okay? Are we bad, right? We still have no clue, and it's July 17th. Typically, if you have no clue on July 17th, that means you're not a good baseball team, but we're competing for a very gettable last wildcard spot, so you're still hanging in it. And because of that, like, yeah, you have about a week and a half here post All-Star break to figure out, especially while DeLauder's not going to be here right away because he's injured. Are these the guys on the roster that can do it? Can we win ball games? Because you have to make your final decisions now before August 1st.
Nick, where are you at on these guards, man?
What if they just sit on their hands and do nothing? I mean, we've seen that happen many a times where they just decide that, you know, they don't know what they are and they just stand pat. I'm with Jack. I think it's a little bit telling that Emmanuel Clase and
Ruh-roh, Raggy. Oh, we got you back.
Yeah, why does my phone keep doing this?
Are you hacked?
I might be, to be honest.
No, it's just your FBI agent, bro. He likes
trying
to
as my
Oh,
microphone
there we
on my
go.
laptop when I'm plugged in.
Yeah, now we got you back.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It tries to like siphon my phone's microphone. Like my phone is literally just sitting here off, plugged in, charging. But that's happened a couple times over the last couple days. I don't know what to make of this second half, really. I think at this point, like, this is a bad baseball team. that is finding ways to be opportunistic in a fortunate situation. They have a fortunate situation that the rest of the AL is that down right now, that this last wild card is even in reach. But the fact of the matter is, like, you look at these Guardians from like the 100-foot view, you have two positions on the diamond that you feel really good about on a nightly basis, and that's third base and left field. And the fact that we're having a serious conversation about trading the starting left fielder, just tells me that they know that they're not a good baseball team.
And I think, Nick, you made a great point there. The fact that they could just literally stand pat to the point of not doing one single damn thing. I think that's possible. They haven't done it in a couple of years, even like 2023 when they were fighting for a wild card spot, probably pretty similar to where they are right now. You decide to trade Aaron Savali to go out and get Kyle Manzardo. But 2022 also was kind of like 2023 and this season where, hey, you're competing, you think you might be there for a playoff spot, but nothing's for sure right now. That team did literally nothing outside of trading for Sandy Leon to be the third string catcher. So, I mean, it doesn't mean they're out on the season like totally gung-ho either. I think it's very possible, Nick, that you're right about that.
I'm just it's so crappy to say, and like I feel almost bad saying it because last year the guard season was so fun, but this year just hasn't been fun. The Luis Ortiz news is going to drop at some point here. Like, let's just get through the end of this month, and I'm like ready for football to be back.
Me too, Nick. I mean,
like we talk about this team every day because we and we don't even have to. Like, they're not very good. We're talking about a team that's not very good.
They're just not fun to watch whatsoever.
No.
It's boring.
Just get us to football. We need to revamp this shit. Like, Jack, I need to sit down with Jack every morning and really give him some help to go over this show sheet. Because, dude, like we don't need to be talking. Like, after August 1, like, there's no reason to be talking. Well, like, we've had this same subject for the last 5 or 6 shows. Like, the second half is coming up. What are your expectations? Like, the same that they were 4 shows ago.
Well said, Nick. Well said, Jack. Take it off the chin. All right, let's take a break. When we get back on the Big Factor, we'll flip it over to basketball, guys. Some NBA headlines. Bradley Beal bought out, signs with the Los Angeles Clippers, scaring absolutely nobody. Shaq threatens to punch RG3. A lot going on in the NBA world. We'll talk about that when we get back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Nick Padone, Rob Watson wrapping up today's show talking about headlines around the NBA. But before we do that, Nick, we're going to be at the Geauga Fair, the 2025 Geauga Fair. What are we going to do there, Nick? Tell us all about it.
Man, we are going to be hanging out over 200 years. The Geauga Fair has gone on. The Great Geauga County Fair, Thursday, August 28th.
Sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
All good. That we're playing some music because we're just that excited that Thursday, August 28th through Monday, September 1st, we will be on the Geauga County Fairgrounds. You get your tickets online now, geaugafair.com. You're not going to want to miss this. When you go to geaugafair.com, they already have tickets available for advanced ride tickets. If you want to get on some rides this summer, if you want to get some great food this summer, if you want to see how many animals did they say that there was, guy? Several hundred animals.
It's a lot of animals
this summer. Come on down to the Geauga County Fair with us. It's going to be a ton of fun. There's a different schedule every single day, from tractor pulls to, a 5K race. Just go to geaugafair.com. Get your tickets. They start at just $10. Children 6 and under are free. And let's have some fun. Labor Day weekend, juggafair.com.
All right, guys, the Los Angeles Clippers are now the #1 fear for the injured reserve. Guys, Bradley Beal teaming up with Kawhi Leonard and James Harden over there in Los Angeles on the Clippers. Does this scare anybody, guys?
So you remember when Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett were on the Brooklyn Nets?
I do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a super team, man. You know what I mean? In, like, early 2013, you know? So, I mean, good for the Suns, honestly, if anything, out of all this, is that they somehow, they moved on from that. You know, they've fully deconstructed that big three and all the pitfalls. So we were all on them about what they were cooking, but, you know, now they're kind of moving. You still got Devin Booker and Jalen Green, still kind of weird, but, you know, maybe a little more workable. Jalen Green might be able to push over to the 3 spot, kind of. Still need a point guard. Still got like 88 centers, but good for you guys getting off that Beal contract. So what we got? We got Harden, Beal, and Leonard. Are this
10 games together.
That's like another,
one man's trash is another man's treasure, and the Los Angeles Clippers are a pretty good trash collector.
That's gonna be the crispiest 4-1 gentleman sweep again to the Nuggets and like a
they just seem so fascinated in playing second fiddle in Los Angeles to the Lakers. Like, even though the Lakers are going through their own little bit of a retool, and, you know, Luka, Ayton, whatever happens with LeBron this summer, like, the fact of the matter is the Clippers were a better team than the Lakers last year, and yet still nobody fears them at all, because this doesn't move the needle for them at all. You look at the sportsbook odds, they were plus 3,000 on FanDuel Sportsbook to win the NBA championship before Bradley Beal. They're plus 3,000 to win the NBA championship after Bradley Beal. This literally doesn't move the needle whatsoever. It's a bigger win for the Suns, truthfully, Rob, like you said. You know, usually you would see like a superstar, quote unquote, a great scorer like Bradley Beal go to another team, and that would be the headline. The new team would be the headline. But in this case, it's just a hat tip to the Phoenix Suns. Like, you were able to do it. You were able to defy the odds, get that man out of his contract, and get him away from your basketball team. So the Suns are the real winners here.
For those who play 2K, though, Clippers are going to be nasty. Harden at the 1, Beal at the 2, Leonard at the 3. John Collins also acquisition for them this offseason at the 4. Zubac at the 5. Will be a crazy team on 2K. You know, how often we see all that work out in real life, no telling, because you know how that goes with those people out there in LA and those players they have. But you know what I'm saying? Like, West is a chainsaw massacre every season. 6-7 seed, possible play-in team. 6-7. And probably a first-round exit. But good for them. Bradley Beal will still get his money because of the buyout. Suns move on. Mid.
All right, gentlemen, anything else we got to get off our chest before we head on out of here?
Yeah, RG3's got to chill out, man. I
was thinking about, like, RG3 is just so stupid.
They both have issues in this. I think both parties are at fault, RG3 and Shaq. RG3 is the one who's at fault in this exact situation.
He's dumb as fuck.
There's no, like, you could, if you wanted to put out your opinion on that disgusting graphic that person made of whatever, like, you can put out your opinion. You don't need to attach the picture. Like, you are
also, nobody even saw that photo.
It had like 20 likes. RG3 has 2 million followers.
It was a Twitter burner that's gonna post racist, disgusting shit.
Like, it's an AI.
Hey, let
bro.
me
That's
post it on my main so I can show 2 million more people.
It's so stupid. But also, I do think Shaq needs to watch the language a little bit.
Nah.
I mean, this is no. He's had some interesting comments about Angel Reese before in the past, and they're just like the my and the language. Rob and I talked about this pre-show. I think we got to chill a little bit on how we're talking about
Shaq, we
Angel.
didn't forget how creepy you were talking about Angel Reese.
We did not forget.
But you are right in this scenario. RG3 is weird for that. Shout out to Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. Also
yes, sir.
Coming out.
Somebody go and get the ass.
Saw Ryan Clark say something, of course. You know, he can't stand RG3. I even saw Gilbert Arenas talking about it. You know, that's like one of the least serious people on planet Earth. So if he's telling you to chill out, probably need to relax a little bit. RG3, use your brain. Why would you put it just dumb, bro? We touched on it, bro. That's on you. And you get the backlash. Then you lie about someone in their camp saying something like, athletes,
that was wild.
Athletes don't like each other, bro. Like, I wouldn't expect Angel Reese to be like, oh my gosh, I love Caitlin Clark so much. They're rivals, bro. Like, they'll probably squad. They might not even, they don't dislike each other as people, but in competition, you're going to hate your rival, bro. It is what it is. They'll probably be cool when it's all said and done. They might even be cool now. You don't even know. But to make that up when she knows and it was obvious no one said that and you just made that up, weird. Plus your comments before about the foul and everything, bro. Just cut it out, man. Enough. Just shut your mouth. It'll be good.
Well said, Rob. Well said. All right, appreciate everybody tuning in today on The Big Factor. Shout out Fairway Ford, shout out Garage. Remember, Geauga County Fair's coming up faster than you think. Go get your tickets. We'll be there. It'll be a great time. Bring the family. All right, everybody, peace out. We'll be back tomorrow. Same people, same time. Until then, we'll see you later.